What's up, Havelock? Welcome back to another podcast. We are here today with a very special member person of Havelock that you probably have not met yet. She's been here. We were talking about it before we started. I thought she'd been here for a year, but she's only been here 5 months. But that's how much of an impact you've already made. We've got Liz with us today. This is the director of your Havelock Chamber of Commerce. Liz, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
So this is a cool podcast, and I'm glad you could make some time. I know you've been super busy, but
yes.
The chamber has a huge impact in Havelock from economic development perspective, from taking care of our current businesses, growing business, and partnering with the city of Havelock. So we felt like this would be a fantastic podcast. A lot of you have probably not even met Liz yet, even though she is out in the community a good bit.
Yes.
We've had some events and stuff. So let's start with who is Liz?
Okay.
So where are you from, Liz?
Well, I'm originally from Michigan, and everyone from Michigan, if you've ever met them, they show you on their hand where they're from. And I'm from right here in Michigan, a little town called Harrison. That's where I spent most of my adult life. And I got started with chamber work back when I was in college. I started as a work-study admin at one of the chambers, and I just loved it. I loved being involved in economic development. It got me in front of all of the important people with the city, businesses in the community, and I kind of got a little addicted to it, actually. So after a few years there, I transferred a little bit farther north, and I was hired by the Harrison Chamber of Commerce, where I was the executive director for 8 years. And I absolutely loved Harrison. It was a little town of maybe 2,000 people, but that town made a big impact. It was a vacation destination, and when I started, they had been without a director for a little while, and they were really looking for some direction, and I was able to do that and create events, grow their chamber membership, and it was just a really great experience for me. And then after that, I transferred to another chamber where I was their marketing specialist. My master's is in marketing, so I really am passionate about different ways of marketing, whether it's advertising or doing podcasts like this or being on the radio, creating print ads. It's all just a lot of fun for me. So when you're doing something that's fun to you and that you love, I mean, why wouldn't you want to do it, right?
Sure.
So I worked there for a couple of years, and then the chamber director that I worked with there, he and I started a rock shop. And it became a huge success right away. It's still open. He still runs it. Unfortunately, our partnership went south. We were involved, so I kind of debated whether I wanted to talk about this or not, but my daughter and I he started drinking heavily, and my daughter and I had a personal situation where we had to decide, are we going to stay or are we going to go and make our life somewhere else? So that's how we came to North Carolina. I just couldn't take it anymore. He started getting physically abusive, and as many women, you feel stuck. Well, my sister, her husband works on base,
okay,
and they have lived here for 15 years, really love the area. And she's like, why don't you come down here? So I packed up what would fit in my car, and she gave me the money to get down here because he controlled the business and the funds, everything. And it was the best decision I ever made in my life. It was scary. And, like many people who find themselves in that situation, you don't know what you're going to do. But thankfully for me, I had a really good support system with my sister and her husband. And so we just came here. I found a really great job right away. And then this opportunity came along for the Havelock Chamber. And I was kind of like, oh, my job is great. I don't really want to leave that, that income and everything. But like I kept coming back. I'm like, maybe I should apply. And I did. And to my surprise, they hired me. And it's the last 5 months have been history. It became chamber director, and I'm really excited about the work that I have been doing in Havelock and still have yet to do, because I have a vision, and the board has a vision, and it's all working together.
Well, so You got the call to paradise from your sister. You moved to paradise.
Yes.
But I don't understand why it would be a surprise that they hired you, though, Liz. You have the right pedigree, you have the right work experience. Yeah. You obviously are passionate. Like, anybody watching this right now can see how excited you are just every time you talk about the chamber and marketing and the opportunity to be around people. And I think that is one thing I've noticed about you personally at the events. Because as a chamber director, I think you're doing a great job. And the city is one of your biggest members of the chamber.
Yes.
And I know Chris, our city manager, works with you a lot on the board over there. But
absolutely,
I've noticed at events that you have a very outgoing, effervescent kind of personality, particularly at your the event back in January, your annual social, the Mexican theme that we had. You had the little inflatable things you were giving out, and you were going around. Everybody was just having so much fun. Mm-hmm. And I think you had the most fun in the room. There were hundreds of people there. You had the most fun. I guarantee you did.
Yeah, I did. It was a great event. And, sometimes when you think of the Chamber of Commerce, you're like, oh, meetings and businesses getting together and networking. But it's so much more than that. It's connecting with your community. It's connecting with each other as businesses. And it's strengthening your community as a whole. And I think sometimes you get lost in the weeds because it's like, oh, I have this meeting and I have that meeting. And, but if you can have events and bring people there and, let them relax and have fun, it becomes that much more meaningful.
So let's talk about events right quick, since you brought that up, while we got it fresh on our minds. Before we dig into your vision for the chamber, which I do want to get into that, because I think there are a lot of businesses here in Havelock that have been here a long time. They've been through multiple directors. They've seen the chamber change. And so I want to get into your vision and the current board's vision. But first, let's talk about some events. So we just did the annual social, which if you're a member, you could come to that. And that was an awesome party.
Yes.
And one of our local businesses, one of your chamber members, catered that, right? That was Mucho that did that. Mucho Bueno did that for us. They're
Bueno did.
Great supporters of the chamber and the community. And then you've got Salute to the Vets coming up.
Yes.
Tell us about that, because you said that's already sold out.
It is. So the Salute to the Vets is Tuesday, May 14th at the Havelock Tourist and Event Center. And we had 50 tables available, and they sold like that.
58 tops. So that's 400 people, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So from start to finish, I think it took maybe 2.5 weeks for all the tables to sell. And that just is a testament to the excitement and the support that not only the chamber receives from the community, but our veterans receive from the community.
It's a fantastic event. And it
is.
I hate to even guess what year we're on, because I'm going to get it wrong. We've been doing it for a long time.
21st.
There you go, 21. I was going to think we were in the 20s. 21 is the 21st year that we've done the Salute to the Vet at the chamber here. Great event. And we celebrate veterans from, I think our oldest veteran last time enlisted in like 1945, 46. Mm-hmm. We used to have obviously some older ones, but time changes that.
Right.
And then our youngest typically is like straight out of school. So like last year, I think we had one that was like barely 18 years old. Like he had just finished school and at his first duty station. And he couldn't even have a drink at the event. He was so young. Right. And that's cool. And you got community members there. Plus you've got veterans that are there. It's a good time. Well, that's great that it's already sold out.
Yeah.
You hear you got a new event coming up in the fall for the chamber. Tell us about that one.
Yes. So in September, we're planning a brand new event that's never been done. It's called the Veteran-Owned Business Showcase. And our plan for the VOBS for short is that veteran and military-owned can be active duty, and their spouses can showcase their business to the community. So we're going to have 10-foot by 10-foot spaces or 6-foot table spaces available that the service person, past or present, can purchase. And then we have an event for the day and people can come in. So it's kind of like a business expo, but it's really showcasing like if a veteran does woodworking or an active duty does 3D printing or their wife does Scentsy, or what have you, they can come and sell those items to the public. And it's just another way for us to connect with our veterans and active military servicemen and women and their immediate family as a community.
So if a veteran business, to be a part of it, do they have to be a chamber member?
No.
Okay, so any veteran-owned business or active duty or spouses,
yes,
you can sign up to be a part of this.
Exactly.
And there's a cost for that? Are you charging the people to set up?
Yes. Yep. There is a cost. I believe it's $50 preliminary because there's an early sign up fee. So if you sign up early, you get one price, and then
Sure.
if you wait, then it goes up as it does with everything.
So watch out for that, because if you have wares to sell, if you make something, you can bring that and sell it. But if you provide a service, you also can market your service and explain.
Absolutely.
I know we have a veteran-owned travel agency.
Yes.
So if they wanted to come out, they can set up, hey, here's how we do what we do. Here's some examples of travel we plan for people. But if I do massages, I could be like, hey, here's a chair, sit down, I'll give you a little neck massage. You can see what we do. Or if I make woodworking, I can sell plaques or flag cases or something like that.
Right. If you do photography,
Awesome.
You can
bring your prints and sell them. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, so that'll be new. We just had the Artisan Affair.
Yes.
Which was this our third year doing the Artisan Affair, I think, as a chamber. I'm pretty sure it was the third year. I could not make it. I was out of town that weekend. How'd you think it went?
I think it went great. We had lots of people through the door. And we tried something a little bit new this year that was received really well. We asked our chamber partners to come in and do demonstrations. So we had Patriot Martial Arts. They came in and did a martial arts demonstration. We had Epic Cuts Barbershop come in and do a facial. Not many people know that the barbershop does facials.
Facial, sure.
And then we had Halo Salon. They came in and they did a brow lamination on me. And then they also had their nail technician come in and do nails for people while they were there shopping. And Annunciation Catholic School came in and they did an art project that both adults and kids could do. So, yeah, and then Bree from Nourish, who's also a chamber partner of ours, they did a cardio drumming demonstration. Nice. So, yeah. So I think that added a lot to the event.
I heard about the demonstrations. People were talking good about those. But I heard something I want to make sure I highlight real quick, and this is going to take us right into your mentality about how you do what you do. You said chamber partner,
yes.
Right? And so we've always said member, mm-hmm. right? And you said partner.
Yes.
And so I know what your thoughts are, and I know how that reflects how you actually think about the chamber. It's a whole bunch of partners working together, not a bunch of people that join a club, right? But add to that, so you said you had the brow lamination thing done. So you've been a little bit of a guinea pig for these businesses. You've been guest baristas. So you did a martial arts class. You and Ann did a martial arts class, like to show people what it was like. So I say all that to get to this part, which is your style of recruiting new chamber partners is different.
Yes.
So tell the world about that for a second, because I think if you're a business and you want to know how you fit, like how is Liz recruiting? We've got a lot of new businesses in the chamber. How are you recruiting them, and what are your thoughts on what that looks like?
I think we're at 36 now since I started 5 months ago. On 5 months, yes. Yeah. Because it shows that what we're doing is working. So Anne, our marketing specialist, and we make an excellent team, and we bring a lot of energy to the table.
Y'all do bring a lot of energy. Yes. I'm going to give you that. You do bring a lot of energy.
Yes, and we try to hit as many of our chamber partners as possible. We're at about, I think, 242 chamber partners right now, if memory serves me correctly. That may be a couple off, but and with that, you need to make sure you're serving all of those chamber members. And when I came on, I spoke to the board, and I'm like, let's call them chamber partners, okay? Because member gives the impression that when they join the chamber, then the chamber does all of the work, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Many chambers are successful doing that, but we can be that much more successful if we get our members to flip their thinking into being partners of the chamber. It's a give and take. So I always tell people your chamber membership is like your gym membership. It only works if you use it. If you're active and coming to events or having events and inviting the chamber, if you are reading the newsletter, active on social media and all of those things, then you're going to get that much more out of your chamber partnership. And you'll see what the chamber is doing for you that much more. Because when we're all working together, we make a strong business community.
Interesting. So I like the partnership idea, and I think you've shown a little bit of that too, because talk for a second about opportunities within the chamber, because we know you've got things like the MAC and whatnot, but you guys do lunch and learns. And so if you're a business, I guess really the question is, if I'm sitting at home watching this and I run a business in Havelock, and I'm like, why would I join the chamber? Like, talk about some of the opportunities and why do they want to be a partner with you guys? Why is that a big deal?
There's several different reasons why. Let's say that you have a business and you're basically at capacity. You don't really need any more customers, and that's a great place to be in. But you can form friendships and better community relations by getting involved with the chamber. So that's one avenue. The more popular avenue, which many businesses need, is advertising. So we have the chamber website. We use our Facebook and Instagram. Our Facebook has a reach. Every time I do a post, currently it's 107,000 people that we reach with one post.
Wow.
So
so if I'm a business,
that's huge.
If I'm a business partner and you highlight me, or I tag the Facebook or share your Facebook, like, my reach just got a lot larger.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm tracking.
Yeah. We have the Havelock app. So we're unique in the fact that we have Explore Havelock. It's a free app that people can download on their phones, and your business gets highlighted on there. With your logo, a description. They can find you because there's an interactive map on there where they can go straight to your location. We also do lunch and learns, which are free. We do it the last Thursday of every month. We partner with Crafton Community College with their small business center with that. And it's been a great partnership because you get free training, how to market your business. How do you market yourself? If you're an introvert, what do you do to connect with customers? So there's a lot, if you're struggling with finances, what do you do, for financing your business? So there's a lot of different things that you can come have a lunch for an hour that's provided by one of our chamber partners, and learn something new that can benefit you and your business. We also advertise if you have an event going on, like many of our new partners, they're having grand openings, and we advertise that for them, and we provide support. Recently, I'm working with one of our chamber partners because they're trying to connect with the community and boost the people that are coming to their business. So I met with them and I'm like, why don't you have an open house? And they're like, we've never planned an open house. And I'm like, well, here's how you do it. So let's have some meetings and we can figure this out. I had another chamber partner that came to me and they were having issues with their workman's comp and they had to shut down. So I was giving tips on that. So it's really, we really try to tailor it to what you and your business needs. It's not just, we do advertising or, we do events and bring people to the area. It's all encompassing. And we really try to dial in. There is a lot of advertising. You can have your business cards and brochures, flyers, and that at the chamber office, and we reside in the Tourist and Event Center. So we get people from all over the country and all over the world because base brings them here, and they're looking for things to do, so they come to the Tourist and Event Center and check out the amazing facility that's there. So like 2 weeks ago we had a family from Germany. Last week we had a family from Brazil. So it's like that's putting your business, if you're a travel agent, I hand out cards. I'm like, hey, do you want to find more places?
I like the idea that the benefits from the chamber for the business are at least semi-custom.
Yes.
So I think in the past, I've been a chamber member with my companies before, and a lot of times you feel like, if I don't fit the mold, why am I a member of this chamber? And right. What you're saying is, if you're a partner in a chamber, then the goal is to make the chamber work for you the way you need it to.
Right.
So You do ribbon cuttings too, I've seen.
Yes.
You talked about open houses. You do before and after hours.
Yes.
So businesses can do you did a before hours at Bayside.
Yes.
I remember that. You've done after hours at Halo. You've done them at several places recently. Mm-hmm. I think you've got one coming up, right? Is it?
Yeah, our next one is May 9th.
May 9th.
It's going to be at Tag and Whiteman's Engraving.
Right.
And
that's a big one.
Yeah, they're partnering with First Citizens Bank. So that's going to be at 5:30 on May 9th.
Yeah, the Gamers Guild Hall was a cool one. I know a lot of people talked about that. They really like that one.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and so that gets your name out. You put a newsletter out every week.
Yes.
I get that newsletter, and I know all the members get it, and people can ask for that if they want to know what's going on in Havelock. The app works, by the way. I'll say we have had events where we're doing something, and people come in, they're like, hey, I just swung in because my app beeped at me. I followed the app, and the app said you were doing this event, so I came. We're like, well, that's awesome, right? Our 20th anniversary thing at the Tourist and Event Center, that was somebody came because the app told them to come. It's pretty awesome, right? And you guys partner with the city on that. And I just want to highlight a little bit of our partnership with you because we partner with the app with you, and you put our stuff on there, and we work on that together. You come to all of our board meetings, pretty much all of our televised meetings. You come whenever you're available to hear what's going on in the city and see if the chamber can help. You assist with all kinds. The Chili Festival Committee does the Chili Festival, but you guys still have a little bit of a role there in advertising and making sure it's successful in Havelock. So, if you don't think a chamber is critical, right? I think the chamber is critical, in my opinion, to the heartbeat of our small businesses. And a lot of people focus on, I'll make something up. I want an Olive Garden. I want a whatever in town. And it's easy to forget that you have a lot of businesses right now that if we were supporting them correctly are going to thrive in Havelock. And That's where most small business development happens, is from existing businesses growing into something else, right?
Right.
And so the chamber's here to help you. And they help us as a city. They help a lot of businesses. And I think if you talk to any of these 36, you said, new members that we've got in the last 5 months, they'll all tell you they're finding some value in the chamber. The Military Affairs Committee, you guys have a whole committee that you could join the chamber, and if your focus is that, we do chicken pickings on the base for feed squadrons, and we do military persons of the quarter every quarter, and recognize a military person that's giving back to the community in special ways and things like that, right?
Right. Yeah. We also do a game truck event in early December. Where we bring a game truck out on base, and there's food trucks and active duty, and their families can just participate in that for free, and that's all funded by our Military Affairs Committee members, because it's a separate membership fee to be a part of the Military Affairs Committee. But it's so rewarding because you get base access, you get to recognize a different service person every quarter for community service that they do within our area. For example, this quarter we are recognizing a service member, Sergeant LeMay, that volunteers for the firehouse for Station 6. So, yep. It's a very rewarding thing that you can do within your community. You get to go on a base tour. It's just bridging, the gap between, the military and the community. And that's I think, what we tend to do with everything that the chamber does is bridging gaps and creating strength in community, whether it's the business community or, our just regular Janes and Joes off the street, Well said, Liz. So here's what I've learned today. We could sit here, one thing I've learned today, we could sit here and talk about the Chamber of Commerce for the next 2 hours. Absolutely, yes, especially if you're talking to me.
Yes, I agree, and because there's a lot of great things. The second thing I've learned today is there's a place for you at the chamber.
Absolutely.
At the Havelock Chamber of Commerce, there's a place for you. If you own a business, if you want to be an individual member, there's a lot of opportunity there. Right. And you've highlighted a lot of them, but we could probably find even more. But if you want to be a partner in Havelock, making Havelock a better place, the chamber's a great place to do that. Right. So if people are at home and they're thinking, how do I get a hold of Liz and how do I do this? Where do they find you?
All right, so you can go to havelockchamber.org. You can call the chamber office. It's 252-447-1101. Or you can email me at director@havelockchamber.org. Our telephone number you can also text as well. So, and I want to put it out there that Havelock Chamber partnership is not just for Havelock businesses. We also service James City. We service Newport. We have some members in Morehead City, Pamlico. So it's really, if you're looking to further your business, you can come and be a partner of our chamber.
Great point.
And if you're a partner of another chamber, that's totally fine too. We have some that are in New Bern that are partners of both New Bern and ours, and Carteret and ours. So it's all about the strength and community, and we work well with other chambers, I think, as well.
Great point. So there's a place for you here. You guys are on social media too? Facebook?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Havelock Chamber is our Facebook page. Same for the Instagram.
Okay. So if you want to get involved, go find Liz and Ann. If you're just having a bad day and you just want to get cheered up, go by the Tourist Event Center and see Liz and Ann. They got energy, man. They will perk you up. They'll get you excited about what you're doing that day. They'll inspire you to do something great for sure. And I'd say find a way to get involved at the chamber. It'll be a great opportunity for you.
Yes.
Liz, anything I forgot that you want to highlight about the chamber?
Ribbon cuttings. They're not only for chamber partners. We do ribbon cuttings as a service that is free to our chamber partners, but anyone in the community can come to ribbon cuttings.
And they should.
And you should, yes. Come out and support the businesses that are in your community.
Right on. Liz, thank you so much for being here and talking about the chamber. It's an exciting topic, and I think hopefully people will have learned some things today about how it will benefit them, how it will benefit the city of Havelock if they get involved with the chamber and protect our businesses and help grow our businesses. So thank you for coming and talking about it. Thank you all for hanging out with us for a little bit longer than normal, but this is an not only important but an exciting subject to talk about. Swing by the Tourist and Event Center, look at our exhibits, talk to Liz and Ann, find out how you can make Havelock a better place if you partner with the chamber. And y'all have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.